Why Chucky couldn't explore Charles Lee Ray's backstory until now, plus other related news. All of us here have probably watched the popular American spine-chilling Child's Play film series consisting of about 8 parts. There were some instances in this series that did not give us a direct answer. That's the reason we're here, with this super exciting video to answer the most intriguing question that you had kept buried in your mind till now. And guess what? We'll be sharing with you today why Chucky couldn't explore Charles Lee Ray's backstory until now. Get excited, for we are now going to disclose the reason behind the most mystifying question pricking the minds of the Child's Play fans. Why Chucky couldn't explore Charles Lee Ray's backstory until now, the main reason. So finally, after a long time, Don Mancini, the creator of Child's Play, has revealed the reason for which he's been waiting patiently to dig deep into the backstory of Charles Lee Ray in the popular TV show of Chucky. Obviously, you know who Charles Lee Ray is, right? Yes, Charles is that horrifying serial killer in the franchise of Child's Play who transferred his own soul into a good guy's doll by using a creepy voodoo ritual. This doll, with Charles' spirit trapped inside it, is known as Chucky. Brad Dourif, who's behind the voicing of the terrifying iconic character of Chucky, as in real life, do you know which people's names Charles Lee Ray's name has been based on? Well, the names are Charles Manson, Lee Harvey Oswald, and James Earl Ray, and thus the name Charles Lee Ray. Have you noticed that Charles' backstory has just been touched upon gently and no such proper focus has been placed on it? The entire Child's Play franchise has put to its center the life of Charles Ray after he goes on a killing spree in the form of a doll. Quite scary, isn't it? The opening scene of the first part of the franchise in 1988 began with the cops running after Charles and then him getting shot by them in a kid's toy store. But as you've probably watched in the film, before breathing his last, Charles Lee Ray used a Haitian voodoo charm upon himself to store his soul inside the fearsome good guy's doll. We haven't seen much about the background story of Charles except for a minute fraction of it in The Curse of Chucky. The only flashback of Charles' previous life showed that he had kidnapped Nica Pierce's mother and she was pregnant at that time. Except for those 2 scenes of Charles' soul transfer into the doll and his kidnapping of Nica Pierce's mom, we haven't seen much of his background tale. Isn't that kind of mysterious? Here comes the reason why. Don Mancini, the creator of the series, knew well that the fans of the series desperately wished to watch more of Charles Lee Ray, and that too in the complete human form. Let's see what justification Mancini gave when he was asked the same question of not digging deep into Charles's background at a panel during the press tour of the Television Critics Association. He said that the duration of the feature films is not enough to showcase every angle of the plot. Devoting the screen time to Charles within the span of an hour and a half to a 2-hour movie seemed to be quite a difficult task. However, a TV series having about 8 episodes will give the creator enough space to explore the various facets of the plot, and a perfect detailed display of the backstory of any character can also be showcased in such a series. Let's see what Mancini has to say here. Exploring Charles Lee Ray's origins has been something that the fans have wanted to see, literally for decades now. And one of the reasons I was excited about bringing the franchise into television was because having so much storytelling real estate, 8 hours of Chucky will provide it such a great opportunity for exploring that stuff. Have you noticed that a bunch of the marketing content is mainly focused on Chucky and the new group of characters who have been newly made a part of the supernatural suspense series? Do you know that the very first Chucky trailer threw light on the backstory of Charles? Yes, it is that trailer that streamed this year at San Diego Comic-Con. Curious to know what's showcased about Charles Lee Ray? Well, the video showed a young Charles when he was probably 7 to 8 years old. He was depicted as cutting into the birthday cake with a knife vigorously and violently. He was also beating the piñata cake in the most gruesome way possible. These little acts of him were a clear indication that he will grow up to be a brutal guy with no shred of mercy in him. All of us have seen Dourif giving an impactful narration about the story behind the origin of Chucky. But the exciting thing is that we have not yet seen the actor playing the role of Charles Lee Ray as an adult. The suspense is sure to build up. You know the reason? Since there are 8 episodes of the Chucky series and a probability of the launch of the 2nd season is in talks, the audience can finally have more of Charles's tale. What's further interesting is that we can probably see a new cast of characters making their entry into the series. Want to know why? Well, this is because various characters are believed to portray the different stages of the murderous man as a child, teenager, and adult. Now, such a series is sure to keep us hooked to the screen, isn't it? As much as a major section of the audience wants to know more of Chucky's past, we also need to understand that too much detailing of Charles's origins in the show would have somehow dulled the charm of the series. Truly speaking, we all love watching the show because of the constant suspense as to what's going to happen next. We really stayed scared thinking who is next in the line, going to be butchered in pieces by the demonic doll Chucky. Giving too long a screen time to Charles Lee's stories won't go well with a major section of the audience. Undoubtedly, giving undue importance to Charles' human form won't stir much curiosity and the fear of the unknown in the audience's mind. But wait, have you been disappointed already? Please keep your spirits high. This is because it's expected that Chucky is going to have several follow-up series and it would continue as a TV show rather than a movie. So you can get to have more of Charles's human version in these episodes. Though we really don't know what Mancini intends to do with Charles, it'd be great to know more about the past of the mystifying scary doll. Now, let's have a look at some other mind-blowing pieces of related news. Is Chucky and Annabelle related? Are you under the impression that Chucky and Annabelle are related to each other? If yes, don't worry. Many of us have the same perception as yours, but as we're here to steer away your confusion. The resemblance and appearance between the two horrific dolls is the only relation between them. Oh no, they are not brothers and sisters at all. This is a common misconception many people have about these two murderous dolls because of their large, dilating pupils, a stout structure, and an angry smirk on their faces. Both of them are dolls, but they're not siblings and do not share any kind of family relations. Moreover, they have not even appeared together in a single movie at all. Hope this will clear your confusion. Now we'll answer the much asked question of the audience about the phrase uttered by Chucky and its meaning. Edu Damballa. Isn't this what you heard Chucky uttering in the movie? This is a Latin hymn that means, "Give me the power, I beg you." Chucky uttered this chant to invoke the voodoo sky god Damballa. He used to say it out loud, especially while he was on a murdering spree. The next piece of news that we're sharing with you is going to be a really shocking one, because we're now going to discuss, does the doll Chucky truly exist? The doll Chucky, having the original name of Robert the Doll, is now kept on display at the East Martello Museum in Key West of Florida. According to a published article in The Sun, this 40-inch mysterious doll was presented to Robert Eugene Otto by his family's maid, who was a bohemian and a strong practitioner of the voodoo ritual. While it's not really known if this doll displayed the same killing traits as that of Chucky in the film, a lot of disturbing events had happened in the house with the new members who had bought the house later. The family members of the new owner of the house found Robert the Doll in the attic of the house. This fearsome doll was given to the 10-year-old daughter of the house. The little girl had informed her parents that this doll was scary and had even tried to kill her. We don't really know what became of her later. Do you know what's the scariest thing to know about the doll? According to the reports of Florida Weekly, it said that no 10-year-old girl could ever live in that house. Final words. So that's about all the eerie pieces of news about the Child's Play series and the ghoulish Chucky doll. You watched all the parts of this franchise. Do you want to see more of Charles's human story or enjoy the suspense of the doll's fearful acts? Did you enjoy watching this video? Let us know in the comments section. We'd love to hear your feedback. If you enjoyed watching this video, do share it with your movie buff friends.